Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and this is day 5 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, a month full of 31 exclusive sketches. And this one for day 5 is by my friend Lisa Sikorski with Scrap-A-Sketch. Lots of layers and a single picture in the middle. And I have decided to use the Reaching Out collection by Jen Hadfield, and all I really have for this is this paper pad with some stickers, some cut apart, and then some paper. And then I also have some and there's quite a few papers still in here, and then I have a few loose papers, and which one of them is a cut apart, one of them is partial. This one right here with the dancing people on one side makes me laugh, but the other side is this blue Better Together paper, and I love that paper. And then I have this little packet of scraps. So I want to use some scraps on my layout because that's my goal for every layout in 2022. So I don't know why I'm reorganizing everything. The reason I picked this collection is partially because of the phrasing, but also because of the bicycle. And so I do have a ton of bicycles in my stash, so I've been using them up. I have this 5x7, and this is called a ghost bike. And that is what I'm going to be documenting today, is this picture. So I have my papers, my embellishments, my picture, and this awesome sketch by Lisa. So let's see how this goes. So I have picked all of these papers out, mostly from the project pad. I do have that bicycle paper, which is one of the loose papers that I probably picked up at Joann's. I think that's where I got almost everything from this originally. Because that was one of the first collections that was out when I first picked up my color study by Vicki Boutin and Obed Marshall and things. So I have a full 12x12 pink paper from the collection. And then I have this bicycle paper. I decided it would be the middle square in the layout because I wanted it to be the predominant paper, even though a lot of that gets covered because of the layers, but I didn't want it to be the background paper. So I decided that I was gonna embrace all this pattern paper and just go for it. So I cut this paper here, and I want to make sure I have to remember that my picture is larger than normal because I rarely scrapbook a 5x7. So I had to remember to do that. Now I had another paper pulled out for this layer right here, not the pink layer, but this one where I'm about to put the rainbows. I had another paper that was white with some floral hearts on it, but the way that it was going to lay out was going to be completely off. Now watch, I'm going to almost put this on upside down because I'm crazy that way, guys. I realized it and turn it around. I was watching a Hallmark movie, which is why I use my laptop to share the sketch instead of my iPad, because that's whatever. It's not as convenient to lift up my my laptop. So this picture is very special. If you've watched any of my videos, most of my videos, anytime in the last couple of months especially, I have talked about my aunt who was killed in 2018 by a drunk driver while she was riding her bicycle and in Texas. And so they have put this bike in the park where she was hit and killed as in memory of her. And I guess they have a I don't want to say a bunch of them because that sounds horrible, but they do have other bikes in the area for people who have been hit on their bikes. So my grandmother finally went, after putting it off for a while, and sent me this picture. So that is what I'm documenting today. And so I wanted to mat it on this black because the bicycles are black, the main part, and like the tires and stuff. But the background, except for that grassy spot on this picture, is so dark. So I decided to thin mat it with white first. and then put it down on the black. So the black helps it pop, and the white helps it not disappear into that black background paper. And I do love the way this is looking. I really was bringing in some scraps. Both those blue papers are scraps. The rainbow paper is a scrap. And this cut apart is also from a scrap. So I am fussy cutting very lightly because I want the wood grain on the outside of this little house. And it says we're all in this together. And that is definitely the truth. Our family really stood strong through this rough patch that we went through for sure. So I am pulling off the things from this project pad that I want to use, and I've put it on this little piece of acetate from it's another set of stickers that I've used up, I think from a Hip Kit Club. And so I'm just putting things down. Now this right here is a cute little fishtailed banner. And I considered actually using it in the top corner and kind of going a little off sketch, but decided that I like to use it right here, and I'm going to put the bicycle at the end so you can't tell it's a fishtail. In her sketch, she has a little like a little label or something right here, so this is kind of what's taking the place of that. And I do love that this bicycle has that gold on it. And I considered bringing more gold in, but ended up not doing that. I may go back later with my ornament gold by Brutus Monroe and splatter some gold on here. I'm not sure. So I put that little wreath that said thank you down. I put that behind there so you can't see that it says thank you, because while I'm grateful that somebody is honoring my aunt, that didn't seem appropriate for this layout. Now, I faff around with this little phrase. I think it says something about thinking about you. And the one up at the top, I can't remember what they say. Something about, I don't remember. Anyway, so I mat this on this little blue plaid paper because I thought that would help it stand out in some places. I couldn't figure out where I wanted it. I mean, I really spent way too much time figuring this out. And then I end up putting it right here at the bottom on top of the picture because it's so much picture, and the bicycle is, only there in the forefront and all that space in the back. So I covered it with that little house, and I covered part of it with that word phrase up there in the top. I think it says thinking of you, and then the other one says something about missing you or something like that, or thinking about, I can't remember. We'll see it in the close-ups. So now I'm faffing around trying to figure out where to put this really pretty heart, and this heart is made out of the same pattern as the little wreath up in the top. So I thought I'd put it here to give my title somewhere to kind of a little something behind here. I was determined to find thickers or to just pull out my alphas, because I really wanted to title this layout Remember, because that's the point of the bicycle being near the ghost bike. Not only for us to help, not that we need any assistance remembering my aunt, but also to remind people to make better choices and to be careful on the road, because the guy who ran her over was drunk at 9 o'clock in the morning, and so it was a bad life choice, and accidents happen on the road every day. And so it's just a matter of being aware, being cautious, and making good choices in our lives. And I just, so anyway, I thought the title Remember would be very fitting for both those reasons. And I wanted the black because it brings that black that's, like I said, on the background, on the bicycle spokes, as well as with the background paper. And I really wanted some black hearts, but that collection that I was using by Lizzie, Dear Lizzie, didn't have any and had stars, and I didn't want that. So I brought these in, I think this is called One of a Kind, and these are like puffies and not foam like the word Remember, but I was okay with that. I didn't think that was going to make a big difference. So I'm going to share the sketch one more time by Lisa. You all should definitely go hop on Facebook to 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. All of them are posted there in an album, and you can go check them all out and scrap any one of them that you want to. any day. It doesn't have to be on the day they're, posted. So this one just had lots of layers of paper, and I love that. Lisa's sketches are always so fantastic. I love working with her sketches. So here are the close-ups. There is a playlist for all of the creatives who are hopping along with 30 days of sketches. So I hope you'll check that out. I will be here again tomorrow. Got you on my mind. I knew it said something like that. I'll be back tomorrow with another layout for day 6. So I hope that I will see you all then. So have a great day and happy scrapping.